Yes, well, you're a Klingon, so you're not a Klingon. You're actually a Vulcan, so you can't be excited. It's not in your nature.
I'm excited.
To be excited. This is Star Trek. Dork Trek presents Star Trek Adventures, session numero uno. We're going to try to play for a little while tonight to see how it goes. We've got some stuff planned. I'm your game master. My name is Bob. I'm joined by the players. Ben, you can introduce yourself and the character you're playing too, so everybody kind of knows what's shaking.
I'm Ben, aka Ensign Sonar, a Vulcan farm boy from Plamasu 4, a Vulcan colony on the frontier of Federation space.
Okay.
After spending my childhood in the farming community, I felt the only way to increase my knowledge of farming science was to venture off-world. And the quickest way to facilitate that would be to join Starfleet.
All right. So Ben is playing Ensign Sonar, a Vulcan. Mm-hmm. Let's go to Jennie. Jennie, who are you playing?
I'm playing Ensign Alanis Laren, the Bajoran from Frontier Town, apparently.
Nice. From Frontier Town. I'm from Frontier Town.
Frontier Town.
It's beautiful this time of year. I've heard Frontier Town.
It is. Beautiful.
Just lovely Frontier Town. And then Dennis.
I'm playing Biefbroff Pushlugmuzl. I'm a Tellarite from an isolated colony, and I'm a really nice guy.
All right. So those are our players. I am your game master, Cut Fasta. And this is our first time actually playing time in game, so hopefully it'll go smoothly. It might not, but we're going to try to figure it out together, okay? So currently, as it stands, you guys are on a star base awaiting your orders. And if we go into here, I can show you your orders because you've just recently graduated from Starfleet. So congratulations on that, and you're awaiting your first assignment. And if you go into the handout section, your orders should be there waiting for you.
Yes, I see them.
Who wants to read the orders as they are written? It's to all of you guys. I didn't do it specifically.
I think Biefbroff should read them.
Give it a go, Biefbroff.
Okay. Congratulations on your recent graduation from Starfleet Academy. Given your stellar academic record and the knowledge you've gained, there's no doubt you'll have a long and honorable career in Starfleet. You have been ordered to Starbase 211, where you will rendezvous with the science vessel USS John H. Boner, NCC 2010, where you will receive your orders. Congratulations and welcome to Starfleet. Rear Admiral Stevie Boner Smith.
There you go. So those are your orders. You guys are just kind of hanging out, chilling like a villain at Starbase 211. What do you want to do?
My throat is not going to survive this.
What do you want to do while you wait?
Are we all in the same?
You guys are all together. You're just kind of hanging out.
We just like arrived on the first shuttle from Earth to Starbase.
Yeah, you're on. Yeah, you've arrived on the first shuttle from Earth on 211.
So there's no map for this, right?
No, there's no map for the starbase.
Okay.
I haven't got that far. I didn't get that far yet. But you're just kind of hanging out. You guys, I guess you're kind of in the same waiting area, waiting for your your shuttlecraft to arrive and take you aboard the Boner. So what are you guys doing? What are you guys doing with each other?
I would like to propose to the group that this would be the perfect time to go to Starbase 211's technical library and review the mission logs for the Boner over the last 6 months.
You go do that, Vulcan.
I say let's do shots.
Now, do you guys know each other previously from the academy, or is this your first interaction with one another?
I believe I was in some classes with Sonar over here.
Okay.
I'm sure we were in a class or two.
Okay.
I was in detention a lot. These guys were nerds.
All right. So you guys just kind of hanging out, milling about. A Starfleet officer comes over and says, I just got some reports that the ship should be here in a couple minutes, so there's no need to fret. I wouldn't go too far around. They should be here at any time, so we're giving it like 5-10 minutes. So just kind of hang out and, whatever. Okay, so you guys are just kind of kicking it. Ben is going over some technical logs for the boner. Yes.
I've tied into the Starbase's technical library via my pad.
Okay. So Ben is doing that, or Sonar is doing that. Jennie, Lauren is just kind of hanging out, and Biefbroff is chilling.
Yeah, I'm just going to kick back, relax.
All right.
Catch a few Z's.
So within a couple minutes, it's been about 15 or 20 minutes, a large Nausicaan in a yellow uniform makes his way over. He's trailed by 2 other guys in yellow uniforms. He walks on over and he says, I'm looking for the cadets who will be on the boner. I'm looking for Sonar, Lauren, and Biefbroff.
That's us.
There's nothing you want to add to that while seeing my rank and designation?
What's his rank?
Ensign. Well, you see his pips. He's got the 3. He's got the 3 pips, the black and the two gold pips.
Oh. Sorry about that, Lieutenant Commander.
Okay, excellent. My name is Lieutenant Commander Police House, and I am the security officer aboard the USS Boner. And,
that's a very common Nausicaan name.
Police House, that's my name. You can just call me Poe for short. And these are Ensigns Johnson and Phillips behind me, also security officers on the boner. I'm here to take you guys to the ship. So please follow me. And he's just a regular looking Nausicaan dude, big guy. But surprisingly, he's got very well groomed hair. He's got a very nice coif going on. He doesn't have the metal Nausicaan hair. He's got a nice little regular haircut, and he's just kind of chilling. So,
nice.
So he leads you over to a shuttle bay, and you guys hop aboard a roundabout. It's a regular old roundabout, nothing special about it. And you hop on in. And he says, we should be there in about, an hour and a half. So kind of make yourselves comfortable. Here's the roundabout map. Do you see the roundabout map?
Let's see. Yep.
You might have to pull out a little bit. That's what she said.
Yeah.
I do not see the...
No, I don't see it.
Okay.
Does Jennie see it?
Do you guys... You might... let me see. Did I make this...
I've pulled all the way out.
Let's see here. Did I make this visible for the players? Okay, so it should be there. If not, I mean, it's just a regular roundabout. Lieutenant Commander Poe is sitting in the captain's chair. You got the 2 kids that are kind of running it, the 2 little ensigns, and you guys are just kind of milling about. There's some space in the back. I'm sure you guys have had a pretty long trip. If you want to, catch a few Z's on our way to the boner, you're more than welcome. So have at it. Go to your quarters, and I'll inform you when we get there. So
I continue reviewing mission logs and specifications for the boner on my pad.
Nerd.
All right, so after a little bit of a time, not too long, we get to the police house. It tells you guys that we are getting ready to board the boner, and if you want to come out and take a look at it for the first time, you're more than welcome to come out here into the to the observation room and check it out on the screen. So
yes, I would definitely like to check out the boner.
And you see it on the screen. It's a Nova class vessel. It's a very sleek looking ship, very cool. Just your average kind of science vessel. And
it's
there it is.
A lot longer and veinier than I thought it would be.
So the beam pulls it in, and now you guys are actually, for the first time, on the you're actually on the boner.
This is my first time on the boner.
This is your first time on the boner. I'm digging it. Lauren is excited to have her first time on the boner. As you guys are leaving the back of the runabout, you're greeted by a fella in a red shirt. You can tell by his pips. He's got 3 pips. He is the commander of the vessel. He's also standing with 2 security guards. And you guys walk out, and Lieutenant Commander Poe says, I present to you Commander of this vessel, the number 1 on this vessel, Commander Terrence Argyle. And Terrence Argyle says, hello, welcome. He's a boring-looking old guy. He's got a little beard. He's got a little gray in his beard. He doesn't quite look like the Argyle we know from the television show, but it's the same cat. Same cat. He's moved up in the world. And Argyle.
Does he smell like moonshine? He
does. He smells like high-quality booze because now that he's a commander, he can afford to make a little bit more fancy alcohol.
Nice.
So he salutes you and says, welcome aboard the USS Boner. My name is Terrence Argyle. I am the second in command on this vessel. The captain, not Patrick Stewart, is very busy at the moment. So normally he comes and greets the new cadets on board, but he's very busy in a briefing meeting, so he cannot make it. So I wanted to come down and personally extend a warm welcome to the Boner. We expect you guys to work hard. Looking at your records at the Academy, we know we've gotten some really great recruits here. We're very excited about having you guys on board. So apparently he looks at Lauren. He says, Ensign Lauren, you are a medical officer. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right. That is very nice. You will be, you and Ensign Biefbroff, you are also a medical officer according to your records. Yes, you're a ship's counsel, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes. This vessel does not have a dedicated ship's counselor. You will be working under the supervision of the chief medical officer, Dr. Tug Johnson, and one of the men will take you over there to meet him momentarily. And Ensign Sonar, I believe you are a science officer, correct?
Correct, sir.
I got to tell you, he was impressed by your quick and rapid answer to that question.
I'm giving Biefbroff a little look at this. Check out this guy.
Yeah, I know. Can you believe this asshole?
I'm going to warn you now, we have a very unique science officer here on the USS Boner. He's unlike any officer you'll probably ever serve with. His name is Lieutenant Commander Barky Bark. He is a 400-year-old golden retriever, and I'll let him tell you the story about it because it's very funny, but he's currently also in a meeting with with Captain Patrick Stewart. So you can just head on over to medical with your other 2 compadres here and meet Dr. Tug Johnson. Is that okay?
That's fine, sir.
All right, excellent. So it was a pleasure meeting you guys. Welcome aboard the USS Boner, and I look forward to serving alongside with you. And he gives you a quick salute, and boom, he's gone. Biefbroff, Lauren, and Sonar are standing there. Police House says, all right, Ensign Jenkins is going to take you on over to medical, and there you'll meet Dr. Tug Johnson. So good luck, and have a nice time. And he leaves too. So you're kind of taken over to sick bay. You guys see this map yet?
Nope.
Do you see the new map that I just put up? Let me see if I can get this thing here. Try panning your camera out a little bit because I don't know why it's not working because I fucking made it.
I am zoomed all the way out.
No map.
No map.
Damn it. All right, well then I'll have to see if I can figure this out.
This makes me sad.
I made maps. I actually bought maps, like a map
God.
pack, and they're really cool. And I can't use them, so it's making me mad. But anyway, so you're led on over to medical, and you're now standing in the office of one Tug Johnson. Dr. Tug Johnson is a very handsome black man. He's got a very nice mustache. Think Carl Weathers from the movie Predator. That's what he looks like. He's a very handsome fella.
You son of a bitch.
Exactly. Here, I'm going to show this to you. You guys might be able to see him. Dr. Tug Johnson. Can you see his character sheet should have come up on your on your little thingy there, on your little character sheet. Do you see Tug?
Yes.
Sir, you look like a friend of mine named Dylan.
And Lauren's checking him out.
He notices because he's down with that stuff. He notices that stuff. And he says, hello, welcome aboard the boater. My name is Dr. Johnson. Call me Tug for short. I'm Tug. I'll be your commanding officer. It's a pleasure to meet you. And he sticks out his hands and he shakes your hand. He shakes Biefbroff's hand. He's got a very firm grip. Grips your hand really tight.
Oh, very
Gives you a good one. He gives Lauren also a very nice grip because, nobody wants to shake a dead fish's hand. And he also goes over to Sonar and extends his hand to Sonar as well.
I present the Vulcan salute.
He says, gotta love these Vulcans. It's always the same with you guys.
Yeah,
live long and
elbow
prosper.
Lauren again.
Can you believe this shit?
And so the
Just try to
Tellarite.
fit in, dude. Jesus.
I've read your record. Your name is Biefbroff, correct? And you are a. Fill me in here.
I'm a counselor.
Okay. We don't have a dedicated ship's counselor, so you'll be reporting directly to me. But we can make sure that we get you some interesting people to see, some fun stuff to do. We'll keep you busy around here. And,
Well, if there's a bar and I can wear a big hat, then I can pretty much do my job.
okay, all right then. And Tug kind of chuckles at that one. He's like, "I like you. You got a little personality to you. It's pretty fun." Is all right. Well, I guess we can try to take you down to the bar maybe later on. We can get to know each other, have a good time.
Nice.
And Ensign Lauren, correct me if I'm wrong here, but what is your field of study?
My field of study is in designing cybernetics, specifically sex bots.
All right, so he chuckles a little bit. Say, okay, and what do you plan on doing with these sex bots? Like, what's your course of study here? What are you after? Are you trying to learn like behavior patterns, something like that, or?
Yeah, just we're learning about the human reproduction system. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, all right.
What about Tellarite reproduction?
And again,
I
Tug,
believe our androids can learn from that as well.
Oh, they're fully functional in many
Yes.
different methods.
Yes, they are.
Tug kind of has a chuckle in his hand a little bit. He's finding all this exchange pretty amusing. I got to tell you, not every officer aboard the boner is going to be as lax with the commentary as I am, especially Lieutenant Commander Poe. He can be kind of a hard ass at times. It's the Nausicaan. You know how they are. Don't tell him I said that though, because that's the last thing I need is him coming in here.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that sounds interesting, and we've got a lot of experimental labs around. So hopefully, we can get you building some stuff and working on some things, and I'm sure we'll have plenty of people willing to test out your quote unquote sex bots for you. So you'll have lots of people to study. Is what I'm saying. And you, Sonar, what is it? What is your, I guess, specialization coming from Starfleet?
Killing people's buzz.
Give him a break.
Being a nerd.
Give him a break, guys. Give him a break.
I specialized in animal husbandry while at the academy. I do have a history of emergency medicine as a field medic.
Okay.
Needed. So I will be making use of the sickbay facilities to continue that course of study to keep my skills up. I think that my history of animal husbandry might come in handy working with Ensign Lauren.
So to speak.
as she looks to expand her cyber sex bots capabilities into trans-species capabilities.
Mm-hmm. We can work on designing a sheep bot for you. That's what you're looking for.
Now, when you say animal husbandry, what exactly does that entail, Ensign?
Red rocket, red rocket.
Or just the basic raising of animals and the breeding of animals, the preparation of animals for use on the farm.
Okay. All right. So you have very much a farm boy mentality coming into Starfleet. How are you going to handle being on all these spaceships and things of that nature?
Well, the colony was a very remote frontier colony, so the harsh lifestyle that we had there with the limited living area made adapting to Starfleet life and living up on board Starship acceptable.
All right. I like the sounds of it. All right. Well, it sounds like you guys have some big stuff going on. There's nobody in sick bay right now. Not really a lot shaking. We're just kind of out here. And as he says that, he gets a communique from his what's the word I'm looking for here?
Communicator?
Yes, his communicator. And it's from the captain. It says, excuse me, doctor, you're needed in my ready room immediately. He says, I can see that I'm going to be busy today, so I will get back to you guys in a little while. If you want to poke around, have fun. If anybody comes in, try to take care of them to the best of your abilities, and I'll be back. And quickly he gets up and scurries out of the room. And so you guys are just kind of putting around in sickbay at the moment.
I'm going to kind of check out everything and make sure I learn the lay of the land in the sick bay there.
Okay, I'm really bummed out my maps aren't working. Okay, so you guys are kind of putting around in sick bay. A couple minutes later, maybe about 10 minutes later, a dude comes in, security officer, and says, all hands on deck. There's an emergency. We're going to need you guys to get down to the transporter room immediately. Apparently there's been some kind of earthquake. Check your I really don't even know. And you can tell that this guy's really flustered by what's happening because there's just like a bevy of activity kind of in the hallway behind him. There's people kind of moving in. There's a lot of people coming into sick bay. So you're kind of curious about what's happening. None of them are sick. They're just kind of grabbing things, tricorders and hyposprays and things of that nature. So you guys may,
standard med kit or something that we could grab.
Yeah, you see, yeah. So the guy says, like, why don't you try to grab a med kit or something and come on down? There's going to be some serious stuff shaking. And he quickly skedaddles away in a rush. So.
And I can't remember. Did I get a tricorder? I'm gonna. If not, then I'm gonna.
If not, you can probably grab one in sick bay.
Yeah.
There should be standard field medical kits close to the door. So.
And then Ben, are you still carrying around your little pad on you?
I still have the pad.
All right, so you get on your pad, since you're carrying it on your person. Here, let me find it real fast. You get this note to your pad, and if you could do me a favor, please read it aloud if you don't mind.
Mm-hmm. Excuse me. There was a massive earthquake on the Class M planet Alvin 4, home to a Federation colony, Fort Willian. At the time of the earthquake, 4,255 Federation citizens currently call Fort Willian home. Alvin 4, which was previously uninhabited, has been the site of Fort Willian for the past 2 years. Geological surveys conducted by the Federation scientists before the placement of the colony on Alvin 4 showed notable seismic activity, but nothing of this magnitude. Before that time, the colony resided on Centauri Beta 3, a Class M planet in the Dinar system. Tau Ceti 4, the yellow giant star in the heart of the Dinar system, collapsed, which led to the destruction of Sentai Beta 3.
Okay, so now you guys you read that out loud to your fellow ensigns, or did you just kind of read it to yourself?
I read it to the team so that they would be aware of what we're dealing with.
Okay.
So Fort William, does everybody there have really sweet froze?
Exactly. They all have sweet afros. So as you guys are making your way out of the because now you kind of know what's happening, you know what's going on. As you're making your way out of sick bay, the doctor comes in, Dr. Tug, and he's like, all right, great, you guys are still here. Come on, we need to get you down to the transporters, all hands on deck. Were you able to find the equipment you needed, hyposprays, things that nature?
Yes.
Everything should be in the medical kits.
Yes, and if not, we should have some. There's enough people down on the that are kind of going down to the planet. So we'll see what's shaking. So follow me, guys. And
we follow the doctor.
You follow the doctor. He takes you to the transporter room. You hop on the transporter pad, and voila! You are magically whisked away to the planet surface of Alvin 4 and the colony that is Fort Willen. Now, Fort Willen, at this point, you guys kind of beam into the middle of the colony. It's your basic kind of a colony, stone buildings, things that nature, metal buildings, metal frames, kind of a rough looking agricultural kind of world. The center is stone and brick and things of that nature. It's fairly new looking because, as you know from the message, that it's only about 2 years old, but it's in complete and utter disarray. Like most of the buildings have been destroyed. A lot of people are just kind of in need of medical assistance. As you guys all kind of beam down together, a man comes up to you, a human man kind of walks up because he sees the doctor, and he comes up and he's like, okay, great, you guys are here. We need some people. We've got some people over here in the makeshift hospital that we kind of have. So we need you guys to get over there, please. There's some really serious cases. A lot of people are very injured. We need to kind of see what's happening. So please come with us. And he doesn't give his name or anything, but he's like an older Chinese guy. He's got like a little goatee and a mustache. And he kind of takes you and the doctor and the party over to like a makeshift tent where there's people kind of banged up. And immediately the doctor's like, all right, guys, well, get to work. Right. So he kind of runs off with his tricorder, and he's kind of doing things. So what are you guys going to do?
Is there like any kind of triage setup or anything like that?
Define, what do you mean by a triage?
Like, have they separated out casualties by like who's hurt the worst? And
in the makeshift tent, this is kind of people that are, when you get there, you notice there are a couple different tents, and here there are people that are kind of up and moving. Their injuries are kind of I don't want to say minor, but they do have like broken bones and things of that nature. A lot of the people that are very kind of I guess close to death or require more medical procedures are being brought aboard the ship. Yeah. So they can actually take advantage of the stuff there. So the people in this tent that you're in, there's about maybe 15 or 20 people in there. They range from like broken arms, broken legs, kind of grabbing at each other's sides and stuff like that. Just general kind of injuries, but nothing life-threatening at this point. Anyone that is life-threatening has been kind of passed along and is being taken to the boner.
Okay, so Biefbroff is just going to go up to the first person and start scanning them with the tricorder to kind of assess their injuries.
Okay, and that is going to be, do me a favor and roll a reason and a medicine, please. Put the numbers together so you can kind of see what's going on with this dude.
Reason and medicine.
Let me get your... So your reasoning is 11 and a medicine is a 4. So your number would be your number to beat is a 15. I want to see if you can kind of what's the word I'm looking for here? See if you can kind of diagnose this fella. Give me a roll.
How do I roll this? I thought I click on it and it rolls.
It's not the thunder, Dennis.
You can always do the rolls over in the, what's it called, too? Just do a D20. Just go to your rolls like we do at what's it called? Because it's only a difficulty 1. I just want to get the first roll out of the way. See if
D20.
All right, so
I need to roll 2 separate D20 rolls.
You can. All right, so you got 2 successes, which is because you only needed 1. So congratulations. And you can keep your other success as a momentum roll. And you can tell by looking at this dude that he's got some, he broke his arm in 2 places and stuff like that. So.
No. Oh, so for like momentum, do I fill in one of those blocks?
Yeah, you can fill in one of your momentum blocks because you got one. Nice. Actually, I think it did it for you. Did it?
No, I just.
No, you just did that. Okay.
Yeah.
So now you're just kind of running your tricorder over him.
God damn, I'm on a roll here.
Now, what about you, Lauren and Sonar? What are you guys up to?
I would basically be doing the same thing. Whoever seems to be the most injured, I'm going to them and scanning them and trying to see if I can find a way to help.
Okay, well, give me a reason and a medicine roll for me.
Okay.
So
just roll D20.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a super success. A 1, I believe. If that's correct, I think 1 is like massive success.
Really?
Yeah, I gotta look.
Great success.
So that's wonderful. If memory serves me correctly. All right, and give me another one too, because it's you got to roll 2.
And then I got a 20.
Okay, so the 20 is not good. This guy is kind of taking a turn for the worse.
So I just made it worse.
whatever is ailing this dude, he's kind of taking a turn. He started kind of grabbing at his chest, and he's gone into cardiac arrest.
Whoops!
Right in front of you. So
not everything can be solved by hand jobs, Lauren.
That was the worst hand job ever.
He came in with a hangnail.
Yeah. And he's going into cardiac arrest. So I mean, you got a guy in front of you, Lauren, who's basically dying. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I'm gonna, I guess, use my medical training to figure out what kind of hypo spray I need to shoot into his neck.
Okay, so again, it's a 11 and a 4. So yeah, you're gonna need 2 successes here.
Okay.
That's a 1. All right, you got it. You've been able to stabilize him. Tug Johnson comes on over and he's like, "Dear God, this guy's went into cardiac arrest." He calls for a couple security guards. And he's like, "We need to get this man up to the ship immediately so we can take care of him." You did a good job there identifying that. So you take him and you kind of bring him up. And he's whisked away. So congratulations.
Now, if you caused the heart attack, do you get the commendation for saving somebody?
I don't think he he didn't know that part. He just saw that he was in kind of cardiac arrest and
I saw it. You're never gonna treat me.
I'll treat you.
Oh well, in that case.
And Sonar, what are you up to, buddy?
I walk up to the next potential patient, introduce myself as Ensign Sonar from the USS Boner, and ask what's the nature of his health concern today.
He says, I broke a rib. I think I may have broken ribs or something. It's really hard to breathe, and I get this really sharp pain right around my abdomen.
While he's explaining, I begin scanning with the medical tricorder.
All right, so that's a 14. You need to roll 2 dice, and a 14 is what you're looking to beat.
All right, so just click row.
Yeah,
just say row. Do I tell it to row 2, or just row?
You just do 1 at a time.
Just click it again. Yeah.
All right.
That's a great success. And do it again.
Okay, I didn't even see where the answer came out.
It comes in the chat window.
Oh.
All right, so you can tell using your vast medical knowledge that this dude does indeed have broken ribs, and now you have to treat him accordingly.
Well, using my field medicine training, I take the appropriate hypo spray to apply an analgesic.
Who now? A what? A what?
A painkiller, one might say.
Okay, I've never heard of it. Okay, all right. So you give him a
that was my specialty.
You give him a painkiller, and he kind of takes it, and he kind of drifts off into
Yeah.
into
Taste that
fantasy.
analgesic.
Yeah, he takes it and he kind of drifts off into fantasy land. You understand? So far so good. You guys are doing very well with your patients.
How many patients are in here?
There's there's constantly people coming in and out because people are getting fixed. So like when you heal somebody, when you kind of fix what ails them, they kind of leave. Then other people are coming in. So it's been kind of a steady stream of just people kind of coming in, and I guess as people come in, they kind of seek you out and they tell you. A guy walks up and he's like, "I think I may have broke my arm, doctor. Can you take a look at this thing for me?" And he's talking to Biefbroff.
Sure, let me see. Hey, by the way, what happened here?
I was just in the rubble, man. The fucking building fell on me, bro. It kind of sucked to the max.
Was it like an earthquake or something? Or
Yeah.
what happened?
I don't know. It was just, I was in my house and I was doing some stuff and all of a sudden it just started shaking, man. And the building started falling apart and it was crazy. I barely was able to get out. Damn roof fell on top of me and, man, I don't know what's happening.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah, you got 2 successes, and your dude is good. He's like, "Thanks, Doc. I really appreciate it."
But how does the momentum work? Like, each time, do you have like 2 successes like that? Do you get a momentum point?
The momentum, I think every time. It says here, for some situations and talents, grant bonus momentum. Whenever a character attempts a task and scores a greater number of successes than difficulties, these excess become momentum, a valuable resource that allows the characters to complete the task more quickly and more thoroughly than normal, or otherwise gain additional benefits. Each success above and beyond the difficulty of the task becomes part of the momentum. So yeah, so if you do it, then you just get momentum. So so right now you're completing like tasks that are pretty simple, 1 and 2. So yeah, so every time you guys are just kind of building up a little momentum, which is nice.
Cool.
So make sure you keep track of that so you can spend it later.
But I don't think I got momentum for the first one.
No, you probably lost your momentum because you almost killed a guy.
Yeah, but I got one for mine.
Yeah, so Dennis has 2. Ben has 1 and Jennie has 0 momentum at the moment. So yeah, so you guys are just kind of doing this, and this has been going on like for hours. Like people just kind of coming in, and you're kind of fixing them and sending them on their way, and fixing them and sending them on their way. And the doctor comes over, Tug Johnson. He's like, "Hey man, if you guys want to kind of go, there's some other stuff. Not everyone has kind of made it in here. If you want to kind of take a look around, see if you can help out there. I know they're trying to get some of their replicators back online and things of that nature. If you want to go, you can do that too. There's another tent that has kind of, I guess, less injured folks. I mean, just kind of figure it out and see what you're doing. You can venture on out and kind of take surveys if you want to take a couple minutes, smoke them if you got them or whatever. And he's kind of frazzled because it's been kind of crazy. Like his uniform has kind of like smatters of like blood and shit all over there because he's kind of been in the shit a little bit. So he's kind of frazzled. So his instructions to you are a little frazzled as well. So it's up to you guys. If you want to take a break for a couple minutes, you're more than welcome. I don't know if you want to maybe, why don't you guys, why don't you take like 5 minutes or whatever and give it a break?
We could use this time to scan the surrounding area to see if the rubble is stable or if there possibly are more survivors in the area that haven't been found yet. That's a really great idea. Why don't you guys take a security officer with you and go kind of walking around, see that's a good idea, Sonar. Good thinking, buddy. Good thinking.
Have we heard if there's any threat of possible aftershocks coming from this earthquake?
That would take a roll.
Oh.
That would take some rolls. So that's on you, my man. You want to give that a go?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do. That was a good question, Jennie. So you guys are kind of walking around. Jennie, you would need to give me a. I'm trying to get your character sheet here. Give me an insight and a science.
By the way, scrolls. What you do is you select the attribute and discipline that you call out, and then on the right side there's the dice roller for task roll, and it tells you, I guess that's how many dice you have to roll.
Okay.
So
Cool.
And then you click the insignia, and it rolls the dice for you.
I'm
Cool.
definitely not seeing that.
It's on your sheet. I guess the attributes are on your left. On your right is where it says dice roller underneath your focuses. Do you see that?
Okay.
Yeah, it says so.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't get to use any, I don't think, any focuses for this role, because I don't think it's one of your specialities.
Okay.
Geology is not, but you can. It's going to be a difficulty 2, and I want you to give me a, what did I say, insight and science.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah, so give me.
And everything's just D20 on this.
Yeah, everything's D20 unless you get into combat.
Okay. Okay. I got 13 and a 1.
Okay, so those are 2 successes, and you know from your tricorder reading that there doesn't appear to be any seismic activity at the time. Everything's levels are pretty normal at the moment. So
Good.
So good idea, Jenny. That was really good. I wish my fucking maps were working. So as you guys are kind of surveying the land, you do see like there are like visible cracks in the landscape. I mean, like, because it's basically like you have like a dirt road, like a path, and along the path there are residents. Some of them have the buildings are still standing. Some of the buildings are rubble. There are people outside of the buildings that are kind of hurt and being tended to. Some of them are not, because there's just not enough medical personnel. Down the center of the road, there's just like giant cracks in the road that kind of run north to south, that are just kind of have broken the landscape up. A lot of houses are kind of broken, kind of smoldering, smoking a little bit. Like I said, there's people. There's some security officers trying to go through the rubble. There are people with their tricorders at some of the rubble, looking for life signs and things of that nature. There's a couple of places along the roads that are not being tended to at the moment, just because there's just not enough people. So I guess to your left there would be like a house, a rubble. If you guys want to kind of go,
could we scan the rubble?
Of course, yeah, have at it. That would be, I'll say, insight and engineering, I guess. Would engineering be good with that? With your, or do you think that would be a medicine roll?
Well, I'm scanning for life signs, so it'd either be science or medicine.
Okay, let's do medicine. Give me an insight and a medicine roll, please.
All right, and what were those other things, like focus or complication?
I don't think you have any focuses necessary for this. Animal healing, emergency medicine, ground vehicles, infectious diseases, and toxicology are your focuses.
Right.
Do you think this is an emergency medicine, or no? This is more of a science reading because you're looking for life signs. So
Mhm.
yeah, so give me a roll there, sir.
Mhm.
Insight and science.
Right.
Science.
Your target number is a 14, so it's a 3. Oh, so you got 2 successes. Your tricorder does start beeping. There are life signs coming from this rubble.
Approach the rubble and call over my 2 compatriots.
All right, do it.
Hey guys, there's some life signs here. We should move this rubble.
There's a security guy with us too, right?
Yeah, there is
Yes.
a security officer with you. Yes.
Is it something that we can move, or is it like excessively large that we're gonna have to get a team?
You can. I mean, you guys. It's up to you. I mean, you can kind of start thumbing through it and see what's shaking. I mean, there are larger pieces. I mean, there are 4 of you at the time. There's a security officer, and then 3 of you guys.
What race is the security officer?
Security officer is human.
Whoa, bro. Whoa.
I can use my Vulcan strength to pick up some of the larger pieces that the humans may have trouble with.
Okay, so you guys just start digging around for the life signs.
Mm-hmm. Moving toward the life signs.
Yeah, and all They're telling inspirational things to whoever might be in there.
It's gonna be okay. We're coming for you.
Dennis,
Remain calm.
if you're
Be
gonna
like
do that,
Picard and hang in there.
give me a reason and a medicine roll on that one. Let's see how that works out for you.
What did you say?
Give me a reason and give me an insight and a medicine for that.
Well, shouldn't I use presence?
Okay, all right.
I'm trying to use
Give
my
me a
spirit.
presence then. Give me a presence.
Presence and medicine. All right.
Ooh, that's one success. So you got one success, so it's working. Whatever you're going for is working. The people are staying alive. Now, if you guys are trying to move some of these rocks around, Dennis, you're a 7 fitness. So give me a fitness roll. Give me fitness and I guess security to see how well you're doing with these rocks, or should you just stick to yelling?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm moving rocks too.
Okay, so you're moving rocks. All right, so the rocks are going rather well. You got a success. You're kind of able to move some rubble back. You see like a human form in there. You can tell that they're alive. What do you guys do? What do you do?
Scan the survivor to see the severity of their injuries.
Okay, give me a. I don't think you need to roll for that. You can tell that they're kind of beat up.
I'm going to call to the ship and let them know,
Hey, there's some people here who need to be beamed up.
Good job, Dennis. That's awesome. All right, and you hear the guy come back through your comm. All right, we've got your coordinates. How many are we beaming up?
How many people are there? 1, 2, 3.
Well, we all don't need to go up. We only need to
I'm
send
just
up the
you're just
survivor.
setting up the survivors.
yeah, how many were there? I forgot.
How many
2.
life signs did you read, Ben? 2?
2? Okay.
2.
2 to beam. All right, and they beam them up, and you guys are good to go.
Man, we're the shit, guys. Good job.
They're out of there.
High
That is
five.
good. That is a good job. Now, do me a favor here, Jennie.
Mhm.
I would like you to roll an insight and a command.
Okay. How do I do this from the character sheet again? Because I didn't get a chance to do it before.
Okay, if you click on the task, command, and insight, they'll both kind of light up for you. This is going to be a difficulty 2, and then you go over to task roll
Okay.
2, and then you just hit the thing. Yeah. Okay, so you got 1 success. All right. You feel like you're being watched, but you're not really sure where, and you're not really sure by whom, but you have this kind of weird sensation that you're being watched.
Okay. Do I get any kind of sense of like where? I probably not like where they would be watching us from. I'm going to scan for other life signs that maybe we didn't notice before.
Okay. I would say that maybe from like the north, you kind of just kind of scan around.
Like, did I notice anything moving or anything like that?
You just got
or-
this weird, you know how you just have, sometimes you kind of feel like if you're out at a cafe or something, you're just kind of hanging out and you feel like somebody's watching you. That's kind of what you feel like right now.
Okay.
Like
So I'm gonna
somebody.
start kind of moving in that direction and scanning that area.
Okay, so you leave the guys at
Lauren, where are you going? We gotta stick together.
I don't think wandering off would be advisable in the current situation.
That's
Well, okay, I'm not
basically
going to
what
go
I
very
just said.
far. I'm just.
Well, do you
Well,
want to?
I'm going to say like where people can see basically, but I'm not going to go too far.
You're gonna get in trouble. You
Well,
really
do-
shouldn't do it.
Probably.
Well, do you want to express? Because only you feel it right now. So, do you want to explain to the people that you're with how you feel? Are you going to share that information with them?
Yeah. I think we need to go check something out over this a ways. So, yeah, let's go check this out, guys. Come on.
All right.
I start scanning in that direction as well.
It's lovely weather anyways. Let's go.
Let's go for a walk.
Okay.
Picnic.
And so you guys are kind of wandering around, kind of like, are you scanning for life signs, Lauren?
Yes.
Okay. And
Do I smell anything?
No,
'Cause I have a heightened sense of smell.
you don't smell anything, but you did. But Lauren told you. Now you shared the information with, I guess, the security guard, the random yellow shirt. Like, where are we going? Like, what's the deal here? What's happening?
I have a hunch there's something over here that we need to check out. So.
Oh, okay. All right. So when you say that, the security officer immediately like kind of grabs his phaser and kind of has his phaser out. So he's walking kind of phaser drawn in the same direction you guys are. And so you guys all just kind of have your tricorders out, okay. Let's see. Since Lauren is the first one to kind of feel that way, I'm going to have you do an insight and a science. And this is going to, and if you guys would like, you can maybe even assist her because this is going to be difficulty 3. So you're going to need 3. You're going to need some success, some great successes on this.
And that was insight and science?
Yes, insight and science.
And how many?
Complication 3?
Yeah, it's going to be a complication roll 3.
And then task roll is what?
I'm not really even sure what that means. I just know you have to roll your 2 successes and have some friends help you out, and we can see what happens. I'm still trying to learn. I'm still trying to get the gist of the rules down, but I think it's going okay. All right, so Lauren's got 1 success, and then we got some assist rolls that all kind of go together.
Did mine go through?
Oh, Dennis helped you. Okay, so Dennis gave you 2.
That last one was a test because that tells you like how many dice you're rolling, I guess.
Okay.
So yeah, so I rolled before that a 0 and a 1.
Okay, so that's 1. So you got 2 successes, Ben.
Did mine not do good?
Yeah, just roll 1 for me, Ben. Roll 1 d20, and under your target number. All right, cool. So with the 3 of you, you're getting like a very faint life sign that's coming. I mean, way off base. I mean, just way away from the, I guess, the settlement. It's off the beaten path. It's just it's coming from kind of just further away. Are you guys going to keep going?
Can we see if this is like human, if it's a different race or...
Right now, you're just getting like a faint life sign. You're not getting any more than that.
Should we report to someone that we're moving away from the central location?
Well, what I was going to say was maybe we should call up to the Boner and have them scan that area, see if they can detect, because they got better sensors than we do down here.
Hey, Boner! Boner, hello?
Yes, this is yes.
Well, what kind of protocol is this? Jesus. Anyways, we're picking up some weird life signs due north of where we are. Can you please scan the area? Thank you.
On it. You guys wait a minute or two. Come back. Hey, this is Lieutenant Commander Gordy LaGeorge. I'm not picking up any life readings from that area, from up here from the Boner. I'm not picking anything up. What are you guys reading down there?
We report that we're picking up faint life signs, and we would like to investigate further.
Yeah, I'm not going to make that call because I'm way up here. Who's the commanding officer down there on the ground?
It's Tug Johnson.
All right. Well, I would ask Dr. Johnson what he thinks about that. But yeah, I'm not making that call. That's not up to me.
I tap my comm badge and
do it, Sonar. Do it. Call Sonar.
Sonar to Dr. Johnson.
This is Tug Johnson.
Dr. Johnson, we have detected a faint life sign due north of the town, but it is quite a bit of a distance from the town. We would like permission to examine this faint life sign and see if there are more survivors.
Yeah, have at it. Go. Do it. Over and out. And Tug Johnson is quickly gone. So he gives you guys the blessing and you're on your way.
All right. Let's go, guys.
All right. So at this point now, you're maybe, I don't know. I don't want to say maybe like 500, 1,000 feet away from like the actual area of the settlements, because you have your main settlement and then kind of your street. You're about maybe 500 feet away from, I guess, the last house, I guess, of the settlement. So you guys are just kind of moving in that general direction.
What kind of terrain is this? Is it like
It's Lauren, that's for somebody who doesn't role play. That's a really good question. It's a rocky terrain, like rocky, kind of grassy. I guess would
Like
be
Rocky 2 or Rocky 3?
I would say more like Rocky 4.
Oh.
Kind of a
What?
mountainous, like maybe pre-mountain, because in the background, I guess, in the back, I guess the background, for lack of a better, on the horizon there are mountains. So you're kind
Guys, for this, we're going to need hearts on fire, strong desire. Let's go.
So yeah, so it's getting a little rockier. And before it was like kind of more tilled farmland, kind of more refined land. This is a little more rough, kind of random patches of grass, random patches of rocks. Just just your basic kind of, I guess, outdoor area. Nothing too major.
Okay.
You can tell the land's not been tilled or anything like that. Like it's not been cultivated at all. It's rough terrain, but it's not like rough enough where you can't maneuver around.
we're not climbing or anything?
No, you're not climbing.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys continue on your way. Their
Are
lives.
Okay, say what I was about to ask.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. You asked.
But I was going to ask if who is on our tricorder readings.
Yeah, your tricorder readings are the same.
It's not getting stronger or anything.
It's still it's what it is. It is what it is. It hasn't gotten any stronger or weaker. It's been steady as she goes.
And we're at the edge of town.
And you're at the edge of town.
Oh, man, I don't want to keep walking out here.
Are we getting any closer?
You're getting closer. It's closer to what though? You don't even know what the hell you're going out to.
Do we have one of those dune buggies like they did in Nemesis?
No dune buggy. There's no dune buggy.
Oh man.
Now, are you guys kind of like looking around? What are you doing at the terrain? Like, are you looking at the ground? Anything at all?
I'm surveying the area around me as we walk forward.
Are you doing that with your eyes, or maybe with an instrument, perhaps?
I have my tricorder that I'm scanning, and then I'm occasionally looking up and around. At the same time, using my Vulcan ears to listen and observe.
Okay.
And I'm tricordering and I'm sniffing to see if I can smell anything.
Okay, give me, Dennis, since you're sniffing, because you said you do have a stronger sense of smell, give me, I guess, an insight. Just give me an insight, and what do you think here? Command wouldn't make a lot of sense.
Maybe security?
Yeah, give me an insight and a security here.
Okay. What complication range?
Just two. Just
Okay,
regular.
I'm rolling 2 dice.
Yeah. Ooh, nice. Okay. So you do kind of pick up a little bit of a scent that is completely foreign to you. It's different than what you've been smelling, but you can't really place it or anything like that at all. And you now get the feeling that you are indeed being watched as well.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, I smell something funny. And
Sorry, it's taco night on the boner.
it must be really bad if I could smell it down here.
We haven't had
But
dinner yet because we just arrived.
I get the feeling like we're being watched.
Dun, dun.
Done.
That's weird. I had the same feeling
Oh, why didn't you say something?
because I thought you guys would think I'm crazy.
Okay.
I
Didn't you
continue
ever
to
watch Star Trek when you were a kid and they never told each other what was going on?
No, I was locked up in a Bajoran death camp.
Oh yeah.
Rape gangs, dude. All right, Sonar, give me a science and an insight, please.
Let's see if I can do this the right way. Science.
And don't worry about it if you're not
science.
doing it the right way, because I'm not even sure I'm necessarily doing it the right way.
Well, yeah, but Dennis is making those neat rolls, and I want to make neat rolls too. But let's see.
It's easy.
Why does it? It hates me.
You got to hit task roll, not challenge roll.
Oh, I have no idea what that means.
A challenge dice is you use for combat.
All right. So, no, I mean, I don't know what happens because I
Okay,
just
so
not
you
hit.
got a 9 and a 9 and a 5 were your numbers. Here you got one success. You rolled 119 and one. You have one success. So with your success, your tricorder kind of picks up, I guess, off to your left would be to your left. Your tricorder is kind of picked up like a depression in the ground.
Would not Biefbroff be more suited to deal with a depression due to his
you find like
humor?
You find a depression like a hole in the ground that's been it's kind of covered up. There's rocks and grass and stuff around, so it's not obvious with the eye, but with using your tricorder, you do indeed kind of see this kind of hole.
We examine the area.
Mm-hmm. And you notice
Can I point this out to the others in the group?
Okay. So he tells
Guys, there's a hole in the ground. Dear Liza.
Cool.
Does it look like there's like a door over top of it, like there's a trap or anything like that, or like it's concealing a underground passage, perhaps?
Do we have a thief in the group?
You guys gonna go check out the hole?
Yeah, we're gonna check out the hole.
Yeah. You make your way over to the hole, and it's a decent sized hole. It looks like a burrowing hole for a really, really large animal or humanoid, or a humanoid.
I would like to point out to the rest of us of the group that only the security officer is armed. Do we have phasers?
So you guys have your phasers with you.
We have the standard tiny phaser.
Yeah, you have phaser. You have the standard phaser 2 or whatever. You guys are always armed because you're on the away mission. You guys are good.
Okay, so I'm going to call up to Lieutenant Johnson, Dr. Johnson, and report what's going on.
Okay.
That we found this hole.
Dr. Johnson, we found a hole.
You don't have to tell me every time you find.
No, but it's weird.
Are there any life signs coming from the hole? I got my hands full over here, guys, with a lot of stuff. I was hoping you'd be able to kind of handle some things. You don't need to contact me for every little thing.
But this could be what caused the earthquake.
Well, investigate. Do some investigating.
All right. Jesus
This hole
Christ.
smells bad too.
And he kind of and he's gone just like that. Like that's your interaction with Johnson was very brief.
I bet he's not even doing anything.
They're looking at
Indeed.
porn.
Can I examine the hole more closely?
Of course. Yeah. What do you want to do?
I'd like to take more scans now that we're closer.
Okay. Like, what are you scanning for?
First, I'd like to scan for life signs.
Okay. Give me an insight and a science, please.
Science. I accidentally did 2.
That's good though, because the life signs that you were picking up have gotten a lot stronger as you kind of run your tricorder into and at the kind of depression.
Now, can we tell what those life signs are yet? Or they're just generalized?
Just general life signs.
All right,
Is there anything around the edge of the hole that indicates like what may have caused it, like any kind of animal tracks or something that you can identify?
You see no tracks whatsoever.
Is there any kind of like burn marks or phaser burns, or is there like a fire here or anything?
No.
Does it seem like an impact crater of any kind?
You can look around and check it out, but I mean, there's no signs of anything like that at all. It just looks like I said, like a burrowing hole for.
I would like to scan the hole for stability.
All right,
more precise measurements.
Give me a science and an insight. You got 2 successes. The hole is very stable, and it is about 6 feet tall, about 5 foot wide, and from what you can tell, it is that way and that stable for 500-600 yards as it continues to go into the ground.
Is it going straight down, or is it like at an angle?
It's a general kind of
like sloping down,
like a slope, like a gentle slope.
It's something that we can walk into, perhaps.
Perhaps.
I suggest that we probe the hole.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you know what?
Explore the hole.
I think that's a good place to stop. Right there.
Ooh. Cliffhanger.
So we'll
Somebody's been watching Discovery.
So we'll stop right there. We'll stop with the party probing the hole. So there you go. That's the first episode of Star Trek
Boner
Adventures.
Quest.
Boner Quest. Hopefully that was okay. I guess we'll try it again. We'll try it again another time.
That's awesome.
Well, thank you guys. I appreciate it. And thank you for listening. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you have any suggestions or whatever, hey, if you want to tell me what's in the hole, send some suggestions.
What's in the hole?
I'd love to hear it. All right. So thank you to the players, and thank you for listening. And we'll be back next time on Dork Trek presents Star Trek Adventures. I'm recording, so go ahead, Ben.
I can't believe that the season's already going to be over.
Yeah, that's crazy to me, man. Like, I was bummed out that it said tonight was next week's the season finale.
Yeah, 15 episodes. That's all we were promised.
Does anybody know if next season is going to continue this story, or if they're going to, like, this ship and this story, or if they're going to wrap it all up?
I don't know.
Depends on how it ends.
I don't know.
I like how, and I think, Jennie, you mentioned this when we were talking about it offline, that, the whole thing about the mirror universe and stuff, they immediately classified that shit. It's like, nope, we will, and that's why Kirk and Spock didn't know anything about it when it happened to them on Mirror Mirror 10 years later.
Which is cool, which makes it pretty awesome.
Yeah, they were just like, we will never talk about this again. It's classified.
Yeah.
Lock her down.
Which I think is kind of adds to my theory that they're going to just take everything and sweep it under the rug at some point. Like, even the Discovery and everything is just going to be like, nope, never happened. It's
going to be like the end of Sum of All Fears, where they just send the Wetworks team out there to eliminate all the Discovery crew members.
Yeah.
And nobody can talk.
It'll be like at the end of Indiana Jones. They're just gonna put all the crew members and stuff in a box. In a big wooden box.
Captain Giorgio's back. That's great.
That was crazy to me.
Yeah.
I mean, they just brought her back like that.
Who's going to buy that nonsense?
Well, Tyler survived.
I mean, they looked.
Everybody bought it when Lorca came back. The mirror Lorca replaced the other one.
Yeah.
I just think it's great that their plan is to we need to win this war. Let's use a Mirrorverse dude, which was the plan initially.
Yeah.
And the hope is that probably the ship and she dies in battle, and that way we're good to go.
Yeah, but I can't.
I don't know, man. She can kick knives out of thin air.
I know. She can lift her leg all the way up in the air to hit somebody in the face. I don't know how this is going to end well for anybody.
Dude grabbed her from behind, and then she kicked him from the front.
I don't know how this isn't going to end well at all. There's no way this is going to end well.
They obviously jumped to the core of Klingon homeworld. That
sounds scary to me because Stamets. He was 9 months off getting back from the mirror, and you're gonna I can jump into the middle of a planet.
Well, I'll give him some credit for jumping between universes.
But still, he's trying to jump into the middle of a planet.
Well, but precision jumping like that he can do.
Yeah,
it's just when you going between dimensions, you might mix up.
Because when they did the Klingons were bombing that colony world, that they needed what were they mining, dilithium or something there?
Yeah,
and they kind of beamed right where they needed to be to launch the torpedoes into the Klingon ships.
Yeah,
so he's pretty good at it.
Yeah, it just seems scary to me, like you're going to try to beam into the center of a planet for mapping. If you can be, the thing that I don't get is if you can beam
Mapping.
into the center of a planet, why not just beam into the center of a planet, drop some kind of like megaton explosive and get the fuck out of there?
Because we're not the mirror universe, and Starfleet doesn't do that.
But who is now in charge of the Discovery?
Well, yeah, but that's when, they're going to push back and be like, keep her from doing any crazy shit.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Well,
man.
I think that's going to be the next episode, is where they're like, yeah, so she's a little space Hitler-y, but,
She serves the purpose. I don't know, man. I thought it was cool. And like I did notice, because I saw you tweet it out, Ben, how Ash Tyler tried to flip it on her. I thought that was interesting.
That was some bullshit in that little airlock scene. Well, you're the one that rejected me. Everybody else has a problem. Yeah. And I was like, are you
You're
seriously
just making
doing
an excuse.
this?
So
I was actually
you can
yelling
quit.
at the screen in this scene. I was like, girl, don't take that shit from him.
Yeah. And it's cool because it appears that she did not.
She did not take that shit
Proud
from
of her.
him.
I was
started taking out her earring. She's like, oh, hell no.
Because I even thought like, wow, that's some strange logic you got there, Ash. Well, you rejected me. I was like, what? No, I think you tried to kill him. What are you talking about?
You tried to kill me. You straight up tried to kill me, and then you were a Klingon.
It is a lot to ask somebody to get over. I realize it wasn't his fault, but
that's one of the things I have a problem with a lot of other shows, is that they whenever there's a mind control episode or there's switch bodies or something, the people involved get over it way too fast.
Yes, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Superman, you were under the influence of red kryptonite. We forgive you.
Well, I guess it can happen to anybody.
And Superman of all people seems like he would be the most neurotic about it. Like it would bother him for eternity. But it's good to see that. Like your boyfriend tries to kill you, you should not take him back.
Yes,
regardless. I don't care if you were high.
Yeah, you know what, man? I had a Klingon inside of me.
Yeah,
well, who hasn't? It's like initiation day 7 at the academy.
I do crazy things when I have a Klingon inside of me too. So.
Yeah, I mean, last time I had a Klingon inside me, it was magical.
I tried to choke somebody too.
You're the Klingon.
Choke me, Klingon. Choke me out. But now
DP'd by one Klingon.
DP'd by one Klingon. God, Vulcan's so hot. I just don't know, like, yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I mean, I'm sure it's all going to work out because it probably will. But I mean, I don't know, dude. It's going to be, I mean, this can't be the end of the war. Like this, I mean, this can't be the be all end all. So,
well, all Starfleet's looking to do is make them pull back. And even Giorgio said, yeah, with what I told Michael, they'll pull back temporarily. But if you use my plan,
which is clearly going to happen. I mean,
we'll just, kill them all.
Sarek clearly signed off on that plan, whatever it may be. So
I mean, so she's describing it as like, well, in my universe, the Klingon homeworld is a dead planet, and there's the few survivors dig through the scraps for survival.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay.
Yeah, I could totally see Burnham like jumping in and mutinying again, like she did with the Battle of the Binary Stars, and kind of saving the day for everybody. Like, no, you can't kill the Klingons. You can't kill them all.
She starts the war by committing mutiny, and she ends the war by committing mutiny.
Yeah. I mean, that would be full circle for her.
Yeah, that'd be full circle. And I mean, like, she's got to get her commission back eventually, right? Like, they're going to make her an officer again.
I don't know about that.
You sure?
Yeah. There's too many billions of people who are dead now.
I don't know.
It's kind of a tough one.
I don't know.
Even though I still don't understand how it's her fault.
Yeah, me neither.
Because the war was going to start any way you look at it, I think. But
there's a guy, a YouTuber that I started watching this weekend, and his criticism, and I've seen it in a couple places. There's either there's the two groups: love Discovery, hate Discovery, and then you break it down more. There's people who are like, oh, it's not Star Trek. It is Star Trek. Well, this guy's thing was like, oh, they had all these chances to make the show about something and they haven't. And then he went on to describe like all these fan theories that people had after each episode of what it was going to be about. Mm-hmm. And they're looking at it from like the idea that, oh, you've got to have these storylines that last for 5 years, and then so they're basically complaining about the thing they complained about, where people are like, oh, it took them so long to finally get to the point and to reveal this and reveal. Discovery is like, hey, here's your suspicion. Guess what? Next week, confirmed your suspicion.
Yes,
oh, hey, here's this. So they're just popping it. It's like you get that anticipation and you get that wondering, but instead of waiting for 3 fucking years and then being disappointed about it, you wait an episode, maybe 3 episodes, and then you have it. The longest thing was the whole Mirror Universe reveal.
Yeah.
And that was so freaking worth it.
See, I like the speed. I was actually talking to a friend of mine yesterday about it. Like, I like the speed the show's moving at. Like, I don't want the plan to go back and to rescue Burnham and to do all that stuff to take 6 episodes. Like, I get it. I mean, because more than likely, they're going to be successful. So let's just get it over with.
Somebody was suggesting that when this turns into like time travel thing, and the way that they fix stuff is that they use the spore drive to go back 9 months. And if you can go back 9 months, why not go back a year? So you pop in just before the war starts.
See, if that
stop
happens,
the war from, and then continuity is fixed. Yay!
Yeah.
And my whole thing is, if you wipe out an entire season of the show like that, you would piss me off so hard.
If they turn the Discovery into the DeLorean from fucking from Back to the Future, and they're just jumping all over time to fix stuff, I'm out.
We've got to go back to the Battle of the Binary Stars.
You would lose me. I don't like it.
And Voyager danced with that a couple of times.
Yeah.
There's an episode. There's a 2-part episode called "The Year of Hell."
Yeah, I've heard about that.
Yeah, where they basically have the crew and the ship just get fucked over, but then at the end of this year, it all just gets reset.
Yeah.
Good thing we didn't go there.
Yeah, I'm not into that. I don't want that to happen. Yeah. So
now, thankfully, though, that was just a 2-episode thing.
Yeah.
That they kind of compressed time into. But I just hate when you have all this real dramatic stuff and you have this character growth, and then it just gets reset.
Yeah. I agree.
That would lose
feels like
me.
a giant waste of time.
Yes,
and it just
I don't really
those
foresee them messing it up. I mean, they've done a great job.
So great. Ted Sullivan is just phenomenal.
Yeah, all the instincts they've been correct. Everything they've done. And as far as like the pace of the show and everything, I mean, they got subscriptions to sell, so they gotta deliver every week.
Yeah, they gotta make shit happen.
Fuck around with a court, like a court martial or something like that for Burnham. It can't be a whole episode.
No.
Yeah, they can't.
You get the after commercial break, you get 5 minutes to have the court martial and send her on her way.
Yeah, I mean, Measure of a Man's a great episode and all, but nobody's going to pay $6 a month to watch that kind of Star Trek.
So what you're saying, Dennis, is that shit's good when it's free.
Yeah.
I'm not paying to see.
I mean, like if you get bored by watching an episode, you're not going to pay anymore to watch it. So they've got to deliver production quality and a story that moves along.
And I think I would pay full price for this.
Oh yeah, totally. It's great. I think it's wonderful.
Yeah.
I just wish we were like Canada and could watch it on Netflix, since we already pay for Netflix. But
that's Canada.
Does anybody have a VPN that we could log into? Canadian VPN?
No.
Australian? Anything outside the United States, it's on Netflix.
But I think they also have to wait like a couple extra days or something. So
then I'm out.
Yeah, because I was pissed.
I can't wait. I'm sitting there at 8:00 tonight. It's like fuck the
So
Patriots.
was I, because Dennis said you can get it early.
Refresh.
They literally went to the last minute.
Yeah, I was pissed because normally I can get it at like 8:05, 8:10. I was like, and I'm like, what the hell? I'm not watching the Super Bowl, you dicks.
And then it started teasing me. It would say, okay, 14 episodes. Like, awesome. Then I go to look, and it's only 13 episodes. And I was like, what the hell? So I refresh again. Then it says there's only 13 episodes.
Yeah.
I went back and forth like that for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, their app actually kind of sucks. Like a lot of times you have to go directly to the show and find the most recent episode because it won't come up in just the main CBS All Access feed or whatever.
Well, I was watching on my laptop, so on the not the app, but the website or whatever.
Yeah, I watched it on the PS4, and it's It's terrifying because there's no refresh. There's just go out, come back in, go out.
Yeah,
come back
yeah.
in.
It works though. I'm definitely happy that it's on, and it was pretty sweet.
So after next week, though, I'm definitely canceling the subscription.
I may binge watch it and then cancel
Well, see,
it.
I was waiting. Well, yeah, I
You
might
already
do that
paid for
too.
this month, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
You got until February 28th.
But I was while I was waiting for the episode to pop on, I said, "Oh, there's other Star Trek on this CBS All Access." So I popped over and there's Mirror Mirror. Let me just kind of start watching that episode.
Yeah.
And I was a little disappointed because on Netflix they've got the remastered Star Trek with the new high def special effects. CBS All Access still has the original grungy.
Really?
Yeah. So
That might be interesting to watch, though.
if you actually want to see the original special effects,
That's
at least on
cool.
Mirror Mirror, I don't know about the other ones, but it looked grungy as hell, and it was the old original special effects.
You know what?
know
I
what?
meant to ask you about. There was an Enterprise reference on this episode.
Since this is the first time humans will be at the Klingon homeworld
Since Archer.
Captain Jonathan Archer and the
Was that from the,
Enterprise NX-01.
Was that from the pilot where they
No, because he
take
went
the thing
back.
on? Oh, okay.
The first time a human ever went there was Archer, and the first episode. But he did go back. There was another episode where he had to go back, and they were like, "Yeah, you
go
don't."
back, go back.
We you helped us out the first time. You're pushing your luck with this time. Don't ever come back. So,
Call Plaw.
One thing with all these.
It's been a long road
Oh no.
getting from there to here.
That's why I was so kind of hoping that when they were like, "Oh, and to help us navigate to the Klingon homeworld, we brought in this special person," and then it'd be somebody from
It's
Enterprise,
T'Pol.
like T'Pol or
young
like an old
T'Pol.
well, T'Pol.
Space George Bush?
Well, no, he died in the last episode.
Ah, spoilers, Ben. I didn't know that. Damn it.
They blew up the ship.
I thought that last episode wasn't canon.
It's not. That's a holodeck episode.
I love Space George Bush. He dies?
Well, in the mirror universe, yeah,
Oh, man.
because of the radiation.
Got to smoke them out of their holes. Space George Bush.
What I was going to say, with all these streaming apps, the one thing that I wish you could do is for all these episodic shows is to create playlists. So, like, especially with Star Trek, like if you just wanted to watch a mirror episode or mirror universe episodes, you could
it's
build a
kind of like
playlist
those-
that'll walk you through
That'd be cool.
chronologically.
Like they used to do with the old VHS tapes where you could just get that'd be cool.
Well, yeah,
Or you can make your own, make your own Spotify playlist of shows, of
Get on
episodes
it,
and
man.
stuff, and advertise it.
You be
I've
rich,
got like
Dennis.
I would.
I got a box set that's like Star Trek Borg, and so it was just all the Borg episodes.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That's the old VHS shit right there.
Or if you could just tag episodes with tag like this is a Borg episode, this is a Mirror Universe episode.
This is
and
a
then you
shitty Data Dream episode.
could, avoid at all
God,
costs.
there's 20 of those.
Data farts. You don't want to watch this episode.
If I had that, I would call it a list full of datas.
I think that's good. And it is funny to me that Justin did bring up on Twitter, you guys used to love Data. And then by the end of the series,
Yeah.
you're just like, I fucking hate that dude.
Well, I think all I told him is we just got tired of Brett Spiner.
Yeah, we did. And especially after Brent Spiner. I mean, he didn't impress me in real life as a human being either, I got to tell you.
Damn.
I mean, he was trying to bang Manny's girlfriend at the time who was all hopped up on goofballs.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that
Well,
is
he
all
probably
true.
thought that she was a lady of the night.
Because he was charging for autographs but gave her one for free.
Well, if if they hugged, then she was a hard hugger, so he might have misread what that meant.
Yeah. Set phasers to boner.
Yeah.
I just closed the D20 app, and
It got real dark on you.
it got real dark, and the
real
music
quiet.
stopped, and I'm just
It's a
like,
bummer.
oh.
Yeah,
The only way I could sleep last night was with engineering sounds.
There you go, dude.
I might try that.
That's what I was doing when I was sick. It was
Just,
pretty
If
awesome.
you just go to YouTube and do TNG engineering,
They have like 24 hours of it.
well, I found the 12-hour playlist, and that's how I knew that I slept for 7.5 hours because when I woke up, it was like 7:40, 7 hours and 40 minutes.
So is that like the thumping of the engine? The boom, boom, boom.
No, it's just that.
It's really nice.
It's a very subtle hum in the background.
It's really nice.
Yeah. Now, if I know that it's out there, and I luckily haven't found it yet, but somebody was complaining that they had gone and were using one of those to sleep, and about 6 hours into the 12-hour cycle, they go to red alert and have a core breach.
Oh, Jesus.
And then they get rickrolled.
That'd be amazing.
Coolant leak. We got a coolant leak. We have to eject the core.
Lock it down.
Do a barrel roll.
All right. Well, good game, guys. That was super fun.
Hey, that was a lot of fun. And Discovery was great this week, and I can't wait till next week.
Yep. And we don't have to review it now on Wednesday. We could just get right to the brass tacks of
Straight into the
DS9.
episode.
So that's
and
cool.
DS9, what's the new DS9 episode this week?
It's the Die is Cast.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a good one. But there's
The
my
D20
favorite.
test.
My favorite one is coming up very soon.
Yeah, there's some good ones coming up.
Yeah.
So,
All right,
well,
guys.
good job, everybody.